Welcome to another session of Speak Your Soul Sessions. This is Slept on Shay, and in today's pop culture segment, I'm going to talk about Abbott Elementary again in season 5. So, Abbott is excellent with representation, right? Obviously, there's Black representation, there's LGBTQ representation, but there's a certain type of representation that people may not be thinking about enough or talking about enough, and that's age. That's age. Abbott Elementary does an excellent job at not promoting ageism and making older characters lovable and just not stereotypical. And I'll explain what I think about Mr. Johnson and Miss Carol and Miss Schemmenti and her captain or her fire chief. So let's start with Mr. Johnson and then Mr. Johnson and Miss Carol. So Mr. Johnson, the janitor on Abbott Elementary, is the most eccentric character on the show. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's held down a million jobs, and you're like, is this a plausible? Did he really do that? Or, but he's funny. He's one of the comedic reliefs on the show. I wouldn't say he's a character that breaks the fourth wall per se, but he just takes you kind of outside of the normal plot with all of his shenanigans. But it's important that they gave him a love interest, and he meets Miss Carol at the mall when Abbott has so many issues that the school was not even functional anymore. So the school, I guess they were at the mall maybe for a month. Was it 2 weeks? I do not remember the time span, but he meets Miss Carol, and of course they have like a standoff, a showdown, because he doesn't believe she can clean as good as him. It's hilarious. But I'm so glad that they decided to make them a couple, because it just shows how multi-layered Mr. Johnson is. He's eccentric, he's out there, he just has some just takes that might leave people scratching their head. But at the end of the day, they didn't give him the role where he's just there to be somebody's father or grandfather or be the old grumpy man, because in a lot of movies and TV shows they will make older people there just literally to be somebody's parents, grandparents, or some type of authoritative figure, while also making them loveless and sexless. And y'all know what I'm talking about. It really applies to older Black women a lot too. We'll see it in shows where it's like, oh, she's always playing somebody's mama, right? Maybe, it depends on the show. We could have said this about or movie Loretta Devine or Jennifer Lewis. But sometimes older folks are in a show and they're not as fully dynamic as they could be. So on top of Mr. Johnson being a conspiracy theorist sometimes, or being so eccentric, or being just out there with a big personality, they gave him the opportunity to fall in love, and I think it's so sweet. And he thought that his romance was just going to be a mall match, just a little fling, but it's lasting, and I'm so excited to see what's going to become of him and Miss Carol. And I love that she is sassy. She's time enough for him, right? So she can match his energy, and I think that I won't say it's groundbreaking, but I love when older characters are fully actualized. They're not just desexualized or sexless or old and alone. Just in the same way that Bridgerton is doing with like Violet Bridgerton, I love to see older folks get their groove back. It just shows you that, as the thumbnail says, it's never too late to love. It's wonderful. Okay, and let's talk about Miss Schemmenti. Miss Schemmenti is a beautiful older Italian lady. I love seeing her on my screen as well. You know, she's had a past, okay? She has done some probably very shisty things in her life, but I like how she just doesn't care. She's very honest. She speaks her mind. She has a heart now, so much so that we see her in 2 relationships on the show, Miss Schemmenti. So first, she is with a man who's like a vendor, like he fills the vending machines, and that man, she wanted it to be very casual. He was moving really fast, well, maybe not fast, but he just wanted to get married. And she's been through divorce. She had a horrible marriage, so Miss Schemmenti said, I don't want that trauma or to, you know, live through that again. And she likes to just keep things light and casual, so you think, until eventually things progress with her soon to be fire chief. And I think it's great that we see the power of choice with Miss Schemmenti. She's not desperate. She knows what she wants out of life, out of men. She's very vivacious and fun. And once again, I love to see her on my screen. I have a theory that I think she is eventually going to marry the fire chief. No lie, I think he's going to break down her walls and, you know, show her that you don't have to live in the past or let your pain define you. I really do think that we're going to see them get married, and I like that he's just as fun as her. And she was so concerned that once he got the promotion to fire chief that he was going to become stuffy and just a man in a suit and uptight, and they weren't going to have their adventures anymore. She was even willing to break up with him, but he reassured her that I'm still going to be fun. We're still going to have a good time. And I love that for her. And I do hope that they get married eventually. But if not, that's fine. I understand that trauma or no trauma, marriage is just not for everybody. But the point is, like, I'm so happy to see 2 people get loved on. I'm glad we get to see the young people being loved, even though we know that, spoiler alert, if you don't want a spoiler alert, please click away. Even though Gregory, I always call him Eddie first, or butcher Gregory and Eddie, because he has 2 first names. I think they made a joke of that, but yes, even though Gregory and Janine broke up, but we get to see every teacher at the show, and now the janitor, have a loving relationship. We even see Ava, she got her issues with how snappy she can be, but even Ava is settled down now, dating somebody that's not her typical type. She likes to go for ballers or people with a whole lot of money, but she is being loyal and faithful to the IT guy, and I also think that's a beautiful thing. And finally, real quick, let's follow up on the end of season 5. Oh my goodness. So Gregory and Janine did not get back together. So what can we learn from that episode? Let me give you a couple things. Number 1, alcohol will not solve your problems. Do not delve into alcoholism. Alcohol can make some people very mean and ready to fight and confrontational, as we saw with Janine, or it can just make you act really out of character if you have too many drinks, as we saw with Gregory too. Like, I don't think I want to hear "this is why I'm hot" ever again in my life. Like, they overdid it in that episode, but it also shows that alcohol can reveal the truth. And I don't know how I feel about Janine being mean to Ava back. I want to say, like, deep down, I want to say that Ava deserves it because she's always coming for people. I think that I was shocked that those clapbacks were hilarious. I'm sorry. I have to say it. So much so that it stunned Ava. She didn't even know what to say, but it shows just how out of character that alcohol made Janine. So if you want to get a little buzz, a little tipsy, just do it for a good time, a fun time, sure. But to drown in it, if you basically, I feel as if like you can't just go out and have a good time without drinking. Then you might have a problem. Or if you can't feel bold ever or encouraged to do things unless you're drinking, then that's definitely something to look into. I also feel like pride is a real killer. Like, Janine and Gregory want to be together, but somebody has to just say it first. So I'll be curious to see that, or to see the plan that Jacob and Ava devise to get them back together. I cannot wait to see it. Of course, they're going to end the season on that note. I hate that, but of course, they're going to keep us holding on. And I want to say one more thing. Do you all feel as if the pace in Abbott Elementary is different this season because the show is focusing on the adults' lives more? Like, most episodes, there's no longer just a school-based problem, a lack of funding, or a ceiling falls, or it's picture day or something. We did have picture day in the season, but within that, like, even it just focused on the adults filtering their pictures or not liking how they looked. Everything is based around the adults this season, and I've seen rhetoric online saying that people aren't liking the show as much because the kids aren't centralized. So how do you feel about that? Comment below. Tell me how you feel about how Abbott displays relationships and love on the show. Do you believe that it does a good job at fighting against ageism and those tropes that leave older people alone, grumpy, sexless, loveless, just there not to be fully developed? Do you agree with that take? And on that note, this is Slept On Shay signing off from Speak Your Soul Sessions. Please go ahead right now and binge all the content I have on Abbott Elementary. I have a couple sessions out that I think you should click on. They will be in the description, but also this will be in the description as well. There's on the screen, but there's an entire pop culture love playlist where I analyze maybe some of your favorite TV shows. So if you love Abbott, I encourage you to click on these things to see what I've said in the past about it. And please don't forget to comment on the video and share your thoughts, like the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're still here, you're still listening to this video right in this point, why have you not hit the subscribe button? Because I do a lot of TV show deep dives. I talk about a lot on this channel in general. So I encourage you to explore and see what you like. So please join the Speak Your Soul Sessions fam.